Slip.
Make some excuse. Get it down to the interrogation.
This room is also open, madame. Oh, thank you. Señorita Cardenio.
What?
Lights.
Go on, Dymock. Although the wounds of civil war appeared completely healed, its mortal poison still lurked in the vitals of the Constitution. Damn. Yes?
Norton here. I hoped you'd still be there.
Edward Gibbon was saying, by gratitude, by misguided policy, by seeming necessity, Severus was induced to relax the nerves of discipline.
Perhaps it's urgent.
I doubt it. Norton has a common delusion that if he is speaking on the telephone, he is justifying his existence, both to himself and his superiors. Yes.
I say, is your phone all right? We got cut off.
Yes, we did, didn't we?
A rather embarrassing situation has arisen. A British subject, a young lady, is being held in the Coleman Embassy here in London.
Forcibly?
Yes.
Made representations to the ambassador, of course.
As a matter of fact, no.
You haven't? I fail to see that there is anything we should or could do.
The young lady's father is Sir Hardwick Flower, the financier.
Your club bore?
No, not when I've talked to him. He advises the treasurer.
Oh, yes? Influential. Let him get his child off foreign soil, then.
But he doesn't want any fuss made.
Then representation to the ambassador, Don Diego Porto, is your only course open. I suggest a word with him in the morning. Good night. Obviously, Norton has given the impression of more power than he can in fact command. I refuse to be a string.
To get round diplomatic immunity, you need more than a string to pull.
What do you need?
A damn great hawser.
Look, I've told you. My name is not Cardenas. I've never heard of anyone called Cardenas. I am not Spanish, I'm English. My name is Penny Flower. Listen to me. My father is a very important man. When he gets back, you'll see you've made a terrible mistake.
¿Qué pasa, señorita? Ah. You do not understand Spanish?
No, I don't understand it.
And your name is not Cardenas?
My name is Penny Flower.
And you're not Spanish?
I am not Spanish.
You're English?
Yes, I'm English.
¿Quiere jugar? Bueno.
I'm not playing
So you do understand Spanish?
Yes, all right, a little. But I'm not Miss Cardenas.
Oh, no, of course not. Why did you come to London?
I told you, I live here. I've lived here for 25 years with my mother and father. Why don't you check up?
Is this your photograph?
Well?
Well,
She's still
looks
saying
like
that she's
me.
never heard of
Amelia
Amelia
Cardenas.
Cardenas.
Well, then it's not my photograph.
But you are Amelia Cardenas.
I am not. My name is Flower, Penny Flower.
Miss Cardenas, this sort of thing is always unpleasant. Please don't make it more so. Bring her out. Miss Cardenas, before I took up my appointment as ambassador in this country, I was a very close friend of Professor Ortega at Colima University. You studied under him, I believe.
He showed me some of your work once. I'm sorry to see that your idealism got lost somewhere along the line.
Look, have you still got my invitation card?
An invitation to Sir Hardwicke Flower. Sir Hardwicke is 58 and has a beard. Or did you shave it off this morning?
He is my father.
How did you get hold of this invitation?
I've told you he's my father.
Why didn't he come then?
Well, he and my mother had to fly up to Edinburgh today.
Well, very convenient for you, the family out.
Oh, look, I haven't done anything. I haven't planned anything.
Why don't you carry a handbag?
What's that got to do with it?
You have nothing to identify yourself.
Well, I hate carrying them around. Do you mind?
Of course you hate carrying them around. You didn't have enough substantive proof that you were Miss Flower.
Oh, look, this is ridiculous. Why don't you just telephone Mayfair 5101 and let me speak to my aunt? Bring her round here. Bring the whole family round. But just let me get in touch with someone who knows me. Or let me use the telephone myself. You just can't keep me here. You must let me talk to someone, please.
Vamos.
You can't keep me here.
I checked Sir Hardwicke's number, of course. There was no reply there.
Probably he is in Edinburgh. She would have made sure of that.
I checked on his daughter as well. She has a flat in Bayswater. There's no reply there either.
Shall I type this out for you, sir?
Yes, please. Make sure that she's still out of town. Cardenas would hardly impersonate someone who was going to pop up at any moment, would she?
It's true.
And put that in the file when you've finished.
It doesn't really matter what's happened to Miss Flower. But remember, if that is Cardenas, she's out to get you.
Yes. Come into the office.
How many copies, sir?
What?
How many copies would you like?
Just one.
Go on.
Sterling can't be down again.
What?
You sound in pain.
The voice of Cuba announces the wedding of Alexei Skoborov,
Who's he?
an architect of revolutions, expert in guerrilla warfare. Marched on the Long March with Mao Zedong, was recently in Zanzibar.
Yeah, but why Cuba? They've had their revolution.
Fidel may have further plans for Latin America, especially as he went to the wedding heavily disguised as himself.
Oh.
Does that noise indicate thought, Dymock?
That girl last night held in the Coleman embassy. Might be a link there.
More of a great leap forward than a link, wouldn't you say? Good morning. A communist agent called Alexei Skoborov has just got married in Cuba. Would you kindly discover where he is spending his honeymoon? I wish to cable my congratulations. Thank you. And thank you.
Well, I'll admit it quite frankly. I don't know whether I'm speaking to my would-be murderer or to an innocent bystander. But even if I had the most positive proof in the world that you were Miss Flower, after what has happened, I could not release you yet.
You can't keep me here.
This is our embassy, Coleman soil in the heart of London. We enjoy freedom from your laws. It's called diplomatic immunity.
How long do you intend to keep me?
For a little while.
What does that mean?
I mean, a little while.
You don't think my father's just going to stand by, do you, while I disappear?
Let's see if you do disappear first, shall we? If you are Miss Flower, a way will be found of putting his mind at rest. As far as your comfort is concerned, I can assure you you will be treated by my staff as though you were Miss Flower. I'm sure we can find a pleasanter room than this for you. You will appreciate that at the moment, I can hardly do more.
And then in his capacity as magistrate, he gave all the would-be revolutionaries 6 months for contempt of court. A most regrettable story, Dymock, which I can cap.
Oh, dear.
Did I ever tell you about Antonio Perez? That buzzer. Yes.
Alexei Skoborov is taking his honeymoon in Kolyma City, sir.
Is he indeed? Thank you.
I thought Kolyma had the strongest fascist regime in South America. My leap forward is in the right direction, wasn't it?
Surely not. What would a young, hooting, fluting, and shopping Englishwoman know about the inner security of a remote Latin American state? Your turn.
Yes? Yes. Eldon Shaw told me. I see. Yes. Goodbye, Sir Geoffrey.
The body of that typical young woman has just been recovered from the Thames.
That is the young woman taken from the Thames?
Yes.
They still persist in saying that it's Penelope Flower.
The police so far have only managed to raise a boyfriend, and he's doubtful of the identity.
I'm not surprised. Yeah. Put him on. Her parents?
They're in Edinburgh, coming back to London.
Norton, we have looked at the stuff you sent us. I have no opinion to offer at the moment. But would you be so kind as to send a copy of the photograph of the dead girl to our embassy in Colima City? Somebody there may be able to identify her. And please ask them to be discreet. Go. I'm assuming, I may be wrong, the woman in the Thames is Emilia Cardenas, and the woman in the embassy is Penelope Flower.
Held because she has gained, unwittingly perhaps, some information that embarrasses the ambassador?
That is a possible explanation, yes.
But what sort of information?
Our next task, Dymock. I want a complete history on the ambassador.
I wonder.
You make very good tea.
If I were your Miss Cardenas, do you think I could make tea like this? Have another cup.
No, thank you.
Piece of cake?
No, I have an official dinner to attend tonight, and if I fill up now...
Yes, I know. My father has to go to a lot of functions, too. When he eats at home, he's supposed to keep to a strict diet. The trouble is, he loves my mother's cooking.
Yes. There's no need to try and impress me with your background, my dear. I believe you're British.
Why?
There's a cake knife on the table. If you're Emilia Cardenas, why haven't you stuck it in my bag?
If I were your Miss Cardenas, I wonder if I could do it like that. In cold blood.
Oh, yes. If she believed in her cause, she would do it.
You said she was an idealist.
She used to be.
You're talking about her in the third person.
Well, it doesn't matter. Whoever you are now, you may as well know. In a few days' time, a coup will take place to overthrow the existing regime in Colima. It will mean the end of President Sanchez and the end of dictatorship there. And I shall be president.
Good. I'll come and wave a flag for you. Is it a pretty one? I'm sorry, have I...
Don Diego has had an exemplary career for South America.
Yes?
His father was shot for political reasons. He himself was imprisoned while at university for inciting student demonstrations. At that time, he identified himself with President Sanchez, who was then a young idealist fighting for power.
Sanchez has changed since then.
The gap between revolutionary theory and governmental practice has frequently been celebrated.
You can excuse his regime?
Good God, no. Perfectly foul. What have you unearthed?
A military aide called Manuelo Rafael Acara, a lieutenant.
Do I detect disapproval in your tone, Dymock?
Oh, yes, very dubious. Brilliant horseman, crack shot, won the Sword of Honor at his military academy, and is a member of the Olympic ski team.
It's the skiing that damns him. Yes. I see. Thank you. I was right. The woman in the Thames was Emilia Cardenas, and she was a spy for President Sanchez.
Probably checking on the loyalty of the ambassador over here.
A working honeymoon for Alexis Kobarov in Colima City, that woman in the Thames, and Miss Flower's incarceration in the embassy here suggest to me...
A coup. Olé.
Yes, I'm not sure that we should celebrate yet, Dymock. The idea of Don Diego being used by Skoborov doesn't appeal to me greatly.
Well, surely a communist takeover is better than the present fascist. No, on second thoughts.
Perhaps Don Diego has a decent middle way in mind, in which case he needs all the help he can get, poor man.
Shouldn't we inquire a bit further before enlisting in the Revolutionary Army?
Oh, very well. We'll send David Grant.
Who?
He's a television interviewer.
We're scraping the barrel, aren't we?
Not at all. Who better to put a few loaded questions to the ambassador?
Okay, David, the microphone's by the stairs there.
Thanks, Norman. This way, Your Excellency. It's very kind of you to allow us this interview, sir.
Not at all, young man.
Grant. David Grant.
Mr. Grant, yes. No, I'm very grateful to you for the publicity the exhibition will receive.
How's the facade?
That's fine. Keep it there.
Good. If you would just stand, let me see, just by here, sir, please. By the corner of that statue, yes. Just, okay, Norman, there? Good. Yes, now, just a few questions I've jotted down, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, and if you could follow me to the stairs on about the, third question.
Third. Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, Norman.
Okay, give us a slate. We'll break on the stairs in the middle.
Right, roll it.
Clip interview. Shot one, take one.
His Excellency, how much is this exhibition of Coleman art worth?
Oh, how much is any work of art worth? Whatever someone will pay for it. But this collection is insured for 1 million Kolimas.
1 million Kolimas?
Yes.
And how much would that be in pounds?
About 20,000.
20,000. So, to the pound there are,
50 Kolimas.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
A Kolima is worth about 5 cents.
I see. And what about penny?
I beg your pardon?
Have you a coin that corresponds to our penny?
Oh. Yes, there are 10 demos to 1 Kolima.
So there are roughly 2 demos to a penny.
Correct.
The exhibition doesn't seem to have many still lifes as such, sir.
No, it doesn't.
But there must be something indigenous to your country, some kind of a symbol. A flower, say.
Our national flower is the bougainvillea.
Hold it. Freeze. Number, David.
Calling our interview, shot 2, take 1.
Okay.
You were saying, sir?
Yes, as you pointed out, there are very few examples of still life in this exhibition. Our artists are more interested in the abstract concept of life, you know, the expression of the self.
Yes, I do see that, but surely, too, of man at work. Hand play.
Oh, yes, there are numerous examples of paintings of people at their daily tasks.
Is there a strong left-wing feeling amongst your workers, sir?
There are many Latin American states in which communism will never flourish. Colima is one of them.
Not even by a communist-inspired coup?
Never.
It's a very pretty country, I believe.
Go there and see for yourself.
I'd like to very much indeed, sir.
Colima City is gay, colorful, and enchanting.
Just the perfect place for a honeymoon.
You should go there, young man.
You can switch off now, Dymock. Grant said he couldn't slip in any more of our questions after that.
What was your reaction to the communism honeymoon sequence?
I was intrigued by his lack of reaction. He almost treated the idea of a communist coup as a joke.
And the last laugh may well be on him.
Obviously, the poor devil has no idea that he is bringing communism to power.
And equally obviously, he is disconcerted by our unsubtle wordplay on penny and flower. So she is there. She's been in the embassy 3 days now.
He has to keep her incommunicado until after his coup has succeeded.
And it must be soon.
We must exert pressure, Dymock. Make him do something to reveal his hand.
We'll be gambling with a girl's life.
I realize that. The assistant commissioner, please.
Yeah, but apart from putting Penny Flower in danger, we'll be jeopardizing his chances of succeeding.
Our problem is nicely balanced. No.
Yes, so?
I do not intend to replace one dictatorship with another, Dymock. We must scotch Skoborov, replace the present regime with Don Diego, and introduce a stable democracy into a notoriously extremist continent, and then save Miss Flower.
Anything else?
Yes, some coffee. Coleman coffee, of course.
How could I serve any other?
Norton, I would be grateful if you would point out to President Sanchez of Colima, without reference to the embassy here, that the body of Emilia Cardenas has lain unattended in a morgue for 3 days, and would they kindly collect it?
President Sanchez will think the ambassador has had Emilia Cardenas killed.
Precisely. We must get things moving, Dymock. This will probably mean that the ambassador will be recalled and reprimanded. He can't leave Penny in London. He must either kill her or take her with him.
Either is a pleasant thought.
No. I feel fairly certain that Don Diego's humanity will mean that he takes her with him. Somehow or other.
Sit down.
What's the matter?
If we play our cards right, nothing's the matter. Sit down. This came from the ambassador on Blue Coat a few moments ago.
Sanchez.
Message reads, re-murder of Special Envoy E. Cardenas.
Cardenas, murder?
Listen. Require your recall to Colima City within 48 hours.
My God, it's all over. It's finished. You realize that, don't you? It's no good now. It won't work anymore. But that doesn't matter. We can forget all about it. We don't have to worry about that anymore. Let's get out of this place.
There's nowhere to go. Listen, my darling, pull yourself together. When we came into this, we took risks. We knew we took them. Pull yourself together, my darling. We can still get through.
How?
If Cardenas is dead, we can hope that Sanchez doesn't know about our coup. Skoporov has the party workers in Colima City already. When the old man goes back to Colima, we must go with him.
I'm not much use to you, am I? Little bourgeois secretary who might panic in the crisis. Who will panic in the crisis.
Have I cheated you into believing in something you don't really want to believe in?
I believe in you.
I must take this to Don Diego.
Coming.
Urgent message from Colima City, Excellency.
Leave it there.
From the office of the President.
Recalled within 48 hours.
And the Cardenas woman murdered.
Who killed her?
I don't know.
I will be arrested the moment we land in Colima City.
On what charge?
Complicity in the death of the Cardenas woman.
Officially, you didn't know she was coming to London. You can't be implicated in her death. They can prove nothing.
That will not stop them putting me in prison.
That could help us. A trumped-up charge would win you popular sympathy. The coup would take place according to plan, and you would be released from prison, president.
You're confident, Hakara. What about Miss Flower? She can't be allowed to tell the world what she knows. I think the best plan would be to take her with us to Colima as a member of the official party. Yes. And, make sure that she's in no state to cause any embarrassment while she's on British soil, Hakara.
Yours, Excellency.
you certainly got the ambassador to move. He's flying off earlier than he intended with a drugged girl in his hands, almost a white slaver, really.
I am a procurer, then.
Yeah, I suppose you are.
But at least we brought them out in the open, Dymock. Now, that stone is the lady in the embassy, right?
What odds?
Odds?
Yeah, it's a gambling game. Find the lady.
Oh, 2 to 1? 3 to 1?
A little more, Old and John, you might qualify for the title of sportsman.
Cover that fiver, and I'll give you a pony.
Right, 5 to 1.
Right, now, watch carefully, Dymock, and tell me. Now, is she in a coffin? Or in a trunk, perhaps? Or is there some other hiding place? Quick, here comes Norton.
I plump for the coffin.
How very pessimistic of you. Quite sure she's not in the trunk?
Certain.
Oh, dear. I knew we shouldn't have been gambling while Latin America burns.
5 to 1. That's 25 quid, please. Has the embassy collected the body of Emilia Cardenas yet?
They've collected a body, gentlemen, but its identity is still in doubt.
Oh.
Sir Hardwick Fly returned to London last night and says that although he can't be certain, because of the length of time in the water, you understand, he feels that it is his daughter.
Oh, man.
But he is not certain.
No.
Not as easy as we thought, Dymock. Norton, would you book David Grant on that aeroplane? Tell him to find that lady, whoever she is, as soon as possible after takeoff, and put her in protective custody until the plane lands at Belize, British Honduras.
The plane doesn't stop at Belize.
Not usually, no. But I am confident that we'll be able to get it down on British soil.
Yeah.
And Norton,
Yeah.
arm him with a stethoscope.
Yeah?
A stethoscope. And book him tourist. We don't want to waste the taxpayers' money, do we? 20, 21, 22. Could you take a check? You ready?
Come in. Is the embassy car here?
It's waiting outside, Excellency.
Right. And the coffin?
Already on its way to the airport, sir.
Ah. We can leave in a moment. How long will the flight take, O'Hara?
8 hours, Excellency.
And the drug's effect?
Will last for 12. We've plenty of time in hand.
That's the route. Now, the flying time from London to Colima City is 8 hours.
But to that we must add 2 one-hour stops. One at Lisbon and one at the Azores.
Yes, that's 10 hours. Now, the object of our exercise is to add a further 2 hours and force that plane down on British soil at least 12 hours after takeoff.
Where our colony can either welcome a triumphant Miss Flower and delighted ambassador, or arrange for the deportation of an undesirable alien.
Yes, I wonder which it will be.
Everything all right, Nanny?
Yes, thank you.
Can I get you anything, sir?
Not for the moment, thank you.
Are you sure they know what they're doing, sir?
No, I'm not. That's why you're here.
Aircraft control is an expert business, sir. This is most irregular.
Well, keep an eye on them. That's a good chap. We are rather irregular people, you know.
Most secret. We'll call you if we need you.
Oh, I am looking forward to this.
You are, for the trouble I went to get it for you. You do know what you're doing, don't you, Dymock?
Yep, roughly.
Oh, my God.
Take heart, Goldenshaw. During takeoff and landing, the pilot will be under local airport control. Once in the air, he's mine.
How has his equipment been, rigged, is the word, I believe?
Well, the captain's been told he has a fault in his air route frequency. It's been, repaired. Whichever channel he switches through to, he comes through to us.
Your jargon is up to date, I hope.
Kalima 673, you're cleared for takeoff. Heathrow Tower, Kalima 673, cleared for takeoff.
How simply fascinating.
Kalima 673, you're cleared from tower, sir. Please switch to air routes control. Thank you and good day.
Tower, Kalima 673, switching to air routes control. Over and out. Control, air routes control. Kalima 673.
Kalima 673, this is air routes control. Hold runway heading and rate of climb to 5,000 feet, then turn to 175, climbing out to 20,000 feet. Over.
Sounds very good. Will he believe you?
Air route control, Kalima 673, holding runway heading and rate of climb to 5,000 feet, then turning to 175, climbing out to 20,000 feet. Over and out.
You see?
He's here now. I think we should start nibbling away at his time.
Right.
And don't forget your Bordeaux air routes control. So use international English with a southwestern French accent. Here's some southwestern French wine to give you the flavor.
Hello, hello. Kalima 673, this is Bordeaux air routes control.
Bordeaux air route control, this is Kalima 673.
Kalima 673, Trans-Global Airlines reports heavy jet stream turbulence in your vicinity. Change to 254 and hold for 10 minutes. Over.
Bordeaux air routes, I'm altering to 254 and will hold for 10 minutes. Out.
I always thought your French was better than that.
Hello, Excellency. I thought it was you.
Mr. Grant, what are you doing on this flight? Sit down.
Thank you, sir. I was just taking your advice, sir.
What?
To go and see for myself.
See the... Oh, Kalima.
Yes, indeed. Some friends of mine are on honeymoon there.
Oh, really?
Yes, a charming couple. Name of Scarborough?
Scarborough.
Yeah.
I don't know them.
No. Cigarette?
No, thank you.
Sir, would you like me?
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Lots of ocean down there. Oh, look at that ship.
Care for a drink, Mr. Grant?
Thank you, sir. No, I'll be getting back. I have some work to finish off. Thank you.
The baggage is all right, Excellency. Good. Careful again with Jess? Is that the man who made the film at the embassy?
Yes.
What's he doing here?
I don't know, but he said he knew Scarborough.
25 minutes late, Lisbon.
You made most of it up again on a quick refueling, damn it.
Almost halfway there and still out of schedule.
You're not doing too well, are you?
Me? Who got his latitudes muddled?
Could happen to anyone, especially on this distressing wine you chose.
Oh, this may help. 50 miles north of his present position, there's a 200-mile-an-hour jet stream in the opposite direction.
How very diverting.
back again, Mr. Grant?
He's in the luggage compartment, sir.
What
This
are
is
you
your
looking
pilot,
for?
Captain Raffaello speaking.
You mean
Due
who
to
am
an
I
American
looking
Air
for?
Force exercise which is being carried
What
out
is
to
she?
the southwest,
I don't know what
we've
you're
been
talking about.
diverted and
Listen,
encountering a severe head-on jet stream. I regret that we shall require a refueling stop at Belize before continuing on to Colima City. Thank you.
May I borrow your paper, sir?
An hour and a half late at the Azores.
Another hour for refueling, but still not quite good enough.
No, still an hour short.
You won't have had time to recover.
Port of Spain air routes. Come in, please. This is Colima 673.
What
Over.
are you playing at?
Right. Colima, 673. This is Port of Spain air routes. Over.
Port of Spain air routes. Colima 673. Due to an emergency on board, I am rerouting to fly directly to Colima City. Over.
Colima, 673. Please state nature of emergency. Over.
Port of Spain. His Excellency Don Diego Porto has been taken ill. Over.
I've been told to land at Belize. I'm not surprised.
Colima, 673. Recommend you continue to Belize. Medical facilities will be standing by. Over.
Port of Spain, thank you, but at the ambassador's insistence, we'll proceed to Colima City.
Damn.
Turning now to 265. Out.
In that case, we'd better do something about the weather at Colima.
What is it, Captain?
We've just had a weather report, sir. Only just in time, or else we'd have crashed.
I don't understand.
It's fog, sir. Colima City is completely closed in.
What?
We've just had the weather report from Colima City air routes.
Where do we have to divert to?
Belize in British Honduras, I'm afraid. Just about got enough fuel left to get us there. Sorry.
Find it amusing?
Hilarious. Your friend Skoborov will miss you.
Skoborov? Who is this man, Skoborov?
I have no idea, Excellency.
Skoborov is a very nasty piece of work, sir. He's a professional revolutionary. At this moment in Colima City, making sure your coup succeeds, but not in the way you want it to.
What? This man is one of Sanchez's agents, sir.
He has nothing to do with Sanchez.
Hey!
Thank you, Miss Flower. I think I'd better have that.
How do I know I can trust you?
You don't know me, but I've been sent to help you. My name is David Grant.
Let me introduce myself. Emilia Cardenas, Colima Ministry of Interior, Special Branch. Akara, sit over there. Mr. Grant, you there.
What happened to the real Miss Flower?
She was at the bottom of the Thames before your exhibition opened, Don Diego. You see, in practice, one's ideas don't work out. One has to compromise.
You had the chance of killing me in the embassy. Why didn't you?
What you didn't know is that we are more interested in your Mr. Akara than we are in you. However, I think we can deal with you both when we get to Colima City.
I'm afraid we aren't going to Colima City, Miss Cardenas.
Come now, Mr. Grant, you can do better than that.
I imagine you know Colima pretty well. If you look at the window, you'll see it isn't Colima we're circling, it's Belize in British Honduras.
Take rest.
Yeah.
You're just like the rest of us. In 2 years, your regime will be as corrupt as Sanchez is now. If you last that long.
I think I have a fighting chance.
Silence is getting on my nerves. I wish you'd say something.
It's only goodbye.
Colima 673 to Port of Spain. Over.
Colima, 673. This is Port of Spain. Over.
We've had some trouble on board. One of the Coliman government intelligence people, a woman, tried to arrest the ambassador, but he was saved by a young Englishman.
Sorry to hear of your trouble. Please switch to Belize star frequency for control. Thank you, sir. Goodbye. Over. And over to the British authorities in Belize.
Excellent. Well done, Dymock. Splendid operation. And done, I may say, with your usual dash.
Yeah, thank you. But I think we're slipping.
Oh, why?
However, did we get into a situation where we didn't know who the girl was?
Yes. Poor Penny Flower. Still, she was only a catalyst after all. And the identity of the catalyst doesn't really matter, does it? We needed some help to acquaint the ambassador of his communist fifth column. We used the best material available. Oh. All right, you can go home now. We've finished.
Who's there?
Air traffic control.
I'm hurt. Hurt.
I'm afraid the union's insisted.
Traitor.
Anything of interest?
Weather reports. Do you know what the temperature is at Colima City?
105 in the shade.
With a heat like that, fog evaporates in a second.
Which brings me back to Antonio Perez.
What a pity.
Fled from Spain to Paraguay in 37. And by 39 had bludgeoned his way to the presidency. He woke up one morning and found his palace entirely surrounded by tanks. So, putting two and two together and judging the situation not precisely amiable, he concluded, correctly, this was a demonstration by the army of no confidence in himself. So he telephoned his Minister of Transport, and by 9:30 he'd got those tanks entirely surrounded by buses. The revolution dissolved in ridicule. Mind you, I had taught him Wai Chi in the Basque campaign.